What's up, everyone? Welcome to my office. I have spent a fair bit of time and effort revamping my setup and making it into one of the best mobile detailing setups that I personally could imagine. I'd like to think it's probably one of the best mobile detailing setups around. And I would say it even rivals what some fixed locations have going on. A tall order for 40 square feet of a 5x8 trailer, but I've stuffed a lot of goodies in here. So on this revamp, kind of finishing my build, I had two main goals in mind. Goal number one is, I'm 40 now. Detailing is a very physical endeavor, and the aches and pains are not getting any less as time goes on. So I wanted to reduce the amount of physical effort as far as lifting equipment around. So generators, water filter, pressure washer, vacuum, those were kind of the main things, but I wanted to eliminate as much physical effort out of the job as I possibly could. Goal number two, which could also be goal number one, I mean, they kind of went hand in hand, was to make this as efficient as a setup as possible. I wanted to save as much time as I could on each job, so that would allow me to do more jobs, make more per hour if you want to look at it that way, or get home earlier. And considering in the peak of my busy season I'm working 80, 90 hours a week, getting home a little bit earlier every day would be quite welcome and would probably be my choice out of those three things. So in chasing those two goals, one of the pieces of equipment I wound up putting in here allowed me to add quite a bit of creature comforts that I didn't have before, and then I kind of started focusing on that a little bit as well toward the end of the build. I mean, I spend as much time working out of this trailer as I do in my home, so why not make it as comfortable as possible, along with kind of eliminating as much physical effort as possible. So that's kind of where I was headed with this build. There's a lot of videos on YouTube's best mobile detailing setup on a budget. This isn't really going the route of a lot of the rest of those videos. If you're looking for starting a mobile detailing business on a budget, this is not that build. This is kind of teetering on no expense spared, and I kind of went overboard a little bit, but I couldn't be happier. It was money well spent, time well spent, and I do really love detailing, and the amount of effort that this setup took out of my day-to-day detailing, I feel like I'm on vacation when I'm at work half the time. It really made it that much better for me to work out of day to day. So I wanted to make a video, and probably be kind of a long one because I wanted to really bring you guys through my trailer and show you all the stuff that's in here, kind of the way I set it up, my thought process of how I set it up. And one of the pieces of equipment that are in here is new as in it came out this year, new as in there really are no other mobile detailing setups using this piece of equipment. It is really kind of a cutting edge build in that aspect. So let's get into what makes this mobile detailing setup amazing and possibly one of the best that there is. So let's start with the first thing that I did to help increase my efficiency, and that is not a novel idea when it comes to detailing, and that is just to put all the hoses on reels. I got, of course, the nice matching Cox reels, so everything is nice, everything is heavy duty, and can withstand the bouncing around in the trailer. The air hose is self-retractable, and you can see that's hooked to that 20-gallon air tank over there. And then tucked down in this corner, we have the Festool dust extractor hooked up to the 50-foot vacuum reel. And I actually cut the last 16 feet off of the hose that came with it and put the Festool hose on there. Of course, we have the trusty old Kranzla down there, which I've had for a while now, and that thing is holding up real well. And then the CR Spotless, which I hard plumbed a nice bypass for that now. So the only thing I don't have on board is water. So that's my tap right there. So I just hook, I have a 50-foot hose here and a 100-foot hose here. So I can go, you know, quickly grab that and go get my water. I actually really like these 0G hoses. They're super lightweight. They're really easy to deal with. Once they're pressured up, they don't really kink. And because they don't like fully retract or whatever, but they definitely collapse pretty easily. So when I roll up the hose for the pressure washer, sometimes water is, you know, continuing to drip out of there. So I actually just have a bucket here, and that houses, you know, all my wheel tools, different various brushes. That this is all stuff for like the exterior of the vehicle. Like none of these brushes are for the interior. But you know, all the basic stuff. And then the foam cannon is in there, because that likes to leak if it gets tipped over, which this actually keeps it from tipping over. And then I have my IK foamer there, so keeps everything nice and neat. And then of course, in keeping with this no more extension cord thing, we're all battery powered polishers now. So you know, I still have the Rupes lineup as backups, but I'll be honest, since I got these, I haven't even touched the Rupeses anymore. Obviously, except for this Rupes, which is the battery-powered 3-inch. But this Milwaukee 5-inch DA is awesome. And I actually really like the Griot's Mini as well. So the way I have it is I have my 1-inch pad set up as a DA on the Griot's, which this machine didn't really have enough power for the 3-inch, but it works really well with the 1-inch and the 2-inch. And then I have the iBrid Nano on rotary mode. So if I need a little more cutting power, I can grab that. If I need DA with the 1-inch, I can just grab the Griot's. And then I have the 3-inch Rupes and the 5-inch Milwaukee, and that definitely gets the job done. I have quite the collection of polishers here, which unfortunately now all the wired ones. This is a 3-inch rotary, which I haven't really used that too much. And then the Mille, that'll come out once in a while when I need it for a specific task. But to be honest, the Milwaukee is so much better at not stalling out than Rupes 15 that I go for the Mille less than I used to. This machine is phenomenal. If you're looking for a battery-powered DA polisher, highly recommended. So of course, this here is the heart of the setup, and really what I think makes this rig so special. So it's a Bluetti AC500. So those bottom two boxes are batteries, and then this top box is the charge controller and AC and DC inverter. And this gives me 5,000 watts running and up to 10,000 watts surge. So ton of power on board. I've not had any issues so far, and I'm really loving this system. So getting that was another efficiency thing for me, because now I'm not messing with extension cords anymore. I have the pressure washer down there, it doesn't move. I have the vacuum in the back corner with the hose on the reel, that doesn't move. Air hose on the reel, and that's it. Like, no more extension cords, no more plugging that stuff in. It's all, you know, good to go. And you know, no more moving equipment around, no more moving my Honda generators around, because those completely take the place of those generators. So because that Bluetti AC500 is a solar generator and can handle solar input, I put 500 watts worth of solar panels on the roof of the trailer, connected in series. and that feeds in some nice power on the course of my normal day-to-day. Definitely has me plugging the batteries in and charging them less. So the refrigerator is cycling right now. You can see it's pulling 66 watts at 200 plus coming in on solar. I have been detailing since 8 a.m. It is now 2 p.m. and I'm still at 97%, which means all of my detailing day today has come off of solar. Considering I left my house, it was at 99%, so I've only used 2% of my battery capacity all day. Refrigerator's running and I'm detailing. Let's go. So let's get into some of the fun stuff that having that AC100 allowed. So the AC100 now, that's always on. If this unit has solar panels plugged into it, even at night, it keeps it powered up, so there's no turning it off. So now this has full electricity all the time, just as if it was household current. So I have another 4-pot outlet there, and that plugs in the vacuum, the refrigerator, the stereo, and then that exhaust fan, which I'll get into that in a minute. And having this refrigerator on board is so awesome. So obviously for drinks, but I had issues in the past with my polishes overheating and getting super watery. So now my polishes can reside in there, and they're always good and nice and thick like they should be. I got lunch for whenever I'm ready to eat, and plenty of water, and then some energy drinks if I need them. So then I figured, what the heck, might as well get the matching microwave as well, so I can heat up my lunch whenever I want. So I actually wound up just leaving the glass plate out of here. I just rotate it myself. I really don't need a piece of glass bouncing around inside of the microwave inside of this trailer. But yeah, I mean, the refrigerator is awesome. You know what's funny is most people notice the fridge before they notice that, which makes me laugh, because that's actually, you know, really what makes this special. So I installed this exhaust fan here because if I ever have to park somewhere for like lunch or whatever and the trailer's in the sun, it can get really hot in here. So I have a switch down there, and then I can just turn this on and it sucks air right in there and blows it out what was the factory vent. This thing is, I think, 200 CFM or something like that, which the trailer is 240 cubic feet, so that easily takes care of evacuating the air out of here. So then under the toolbox we have another outlet powering the strip down here, and then this gives all my battery chargers. So got the charger for the flashlight, the Rupes, the Milwaukee. I have Ryobi batteries for my drill and my work lights that I have back there, and then of course the Rupes Nano. And then since I started having all this extra power on board, which is connected to my Audio Engine A5 Plus wireless, which are nice, really good sounding Bluetooth speakers. And you can see I actually got some brackets and mounted them to the wall, so they're out of the way. So this is actually the powered unit with the amp on the back, and you got a nice little Bluetooth antenna. I can go like 100 feet away from the trailer and this thing doesn't even break up at all. Got a little volume knob there. And then this one, you can see there's nothing on the back except for the wire, you know, because that one's just powered off of the other one. And then we got a down firing 8-inch subwoofer down there. And this trailer freaking rocks. Of course, we got the leaf blower for drying off cars, which that thing works really well. I got that Milwaukee work light in the back, which since that revamp, that's really the only thing that I can't really get that out of there too easily. So I don't know, I've been trying to figure out where else I can mount it, but I get there. And then of course there is a bunch of other goodies hidden throughout. You know, starting with the toolboxes. These are pretty well organized. I got my cutting pads and some applicators up there, polishing and finishing pads, and then I got my all-in-one pads. In the back here I have some glass pads, some more cutting pads, some wool pads. There's some sneaky stuff in here, but then under the pads I got some pliers and some wrenches hiding in there, and those are actually all the sizes of pliers needed to work on the Kranzla if that gets jammed up. So in here, these 6, there's actually check valves, and sometimes a piece of sand or grit will get through, and or it could be the filter media from the CR Spotless as well, and it'll jam up the check valve, and that needs to come apart. And then I actually use this key because these drawers open up really easy, and I've had them open on me while I'm driving. So top drawer has my final dry towels and my window towels. Get in there. Second drawer has my interior towels, and then after the final dry towels have run their course, they become door jamb towels. But as with everything else in here, there's always stuff hidden under there. So we got some extra spray nozzles under there. I got some extra detail brushes under there. And then the third drawer, I got a temp gun, I got a heat gun. These are my wax towels, which I just keep in a bag, just to give them another layer of protection from getting anything on them. And then obviously you can never have too many towels. Got some extras in there. And then this is the proverbial junk drawer. This got a little bit of everything in there. So that's, you got the drill and anything that I might use for the drill, some steel wool, sanding blocks, sandpaper. We got real clay bars in here if the clay mitt isn't cutting it. I actually have nuts and bolts for the easy up tent, because those things tend to just rattle themselves out and disappear from time to time. You know, garbage bags just actually have carry rear view mirror adhesive repair kits, because I've had some rear view mirrors fall off on me in the past, and want to be ready for whatever. I have my 5 different gallon bottles of my most used projects on board. Some denatured alcohol. We got some acetone. I got some isopropyl alcohol over there. I got some nice kneeling pads tucked away in here. I got microwave just turning on. Got another rack with some actually, you know, it's funny, as far as some off-the-shelf stuff goes, which I don't have too much of, I actually really dig this stuff. It finishes out really evenly, but I think so. I got, you know, water spot removers and whatever else up there. So, of course, the steamer is tucked back there. So I just, everywhere you go, there's just random amounts of stuff. I got a drawer full of masking tape, and then all the little bits and bobs for the small polishers. There's the 2-inch backing plate, just in case I want to use the big rotary. I haven't in a while, but it's there. Some Scrub Ninjas, of course some sunblock for those sunny days. This stuff's actually really good, non-greasy at all, which is awesome. Obviously you could see the imprints from where the buckets go, but I made some tracks, so they fit nice and snug in there, and they can't go anywhere once it's all loaded up. Obviously everything is strapped and or bungeed. This has got a nice strap. That orange bungee actually goes around the fridge, and you know, they had some decoration, of course, but that's pretty much the setup. I wind up working out of the trailer in the dark quite a bit, you know, reloading for the next day and kind of going through stuff. So now that I have power all the time, let there be light. So one of the other things I really like about the revamp, because all the equipment is now in the trailer, is it really declutters my workspace. No more vacuum, pressure washer, water filter, none of that. Just a couple buckets, my ladder, my step stool, and then whatever hoses I'm using, which I can easily just pull one out of the way. The pressure washer one's over there out of the way, so now all I have is my air hose, what I'm using, and a completely decluttered workspace. Love it. So that concludes a pretty thorough tour of what I think is an amazing mobile detailing setup. The addition of the solar generator and the onboard power is just an absolute game changer in my opinion. It increased the efficiency quite a bit, just having all the equipment just on all the time and ready to go. No plugging anything in, no moving equipment around, just pull up and go, go, go. And then just having the fridge and the microwave and a really nice stereo and adding some of those decorations just really, I think, kicked it up another notch as well. For those that stayed around to the end, I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking with me and checking out my setup. I'll check you on the next one.